Hey, hi guys. We are live. Welcome to the Friday night Candlelight Restorative Yoga. I usually do this class as a Thursday night class at the community center where I live in Calgary. And it is so wonderful to just take time to rejuvenate, to rest, especially this week, because yeah, we've had a week, haven't we? Oh my goodness. So make sure that you have your props available because we are going to allow ourselves to have so much support tonight. If you have blocks, take your blocks. You've got your blanket, and this one's going to be really good for later. Your chair. So make sure that the chair, it's not the worst thing if there's like a back that you can stick your legs through, one way or another, because we're going to put our legs up on it later on. Um, your pillow. We are going to need that in just a few short moments. And if you have all of that, then we are good to go. And I am so excited to spend this time with you tonight. We have a whole 60 minutes together because 60 minutes of rest is not never too short. We're never too short of rest in the world that we live in. It's always go go go. The more is more, and the faster the better. And there's always two sides, right? There's this yin and there's this yang within our bodies, within our lives, and within the way that we hold ourselves in this world. So we are working on the yin side, the quieting of the rest and the nourishing side today. And like I said, I usually do this class on Thursday nights. If any of my Thursday night students are on right now, you guys, I miss you so much. I honestly get so much out of that class. I think just as much, or maybe even more, than you even get out of that class. I always walk out of that class feeling a little more calmer and a little more clear headed. And that is exactly what I hope for everyone who's in this class to feel today. Also, I'm trying to keep my I'm trying to keep my oh, hey Mel, you're on and you love the candles. I'm so glad. Yes, that's exactly what we do at Candlelight Thursdays. These are the real candles though. Anyways, I am trying to keep my energy nice and calm for you, but I am so excited because I think I figured out the music. So we might even have some music tonight. All right. Let's see. Let's just get to it. Without further ado, go ahead. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position with either your hands cupped over your knees or palms face the sky. And of course, if you have any low back issues, prop yourself up on a block or your pillow. And if you have sore knees or injured knees, straighten them out. And it's kind of nice sometimes if you place a block behind you, you just sit nice and easy with your legs right out in front of you. Get yourself situated, and wherever you are, take a long, deep inhale and exhale. Allow your eyes to drift closed. This is perfect. The first few breaths are just there to give you a chance to arrive, to sink back into your body. Perhaps you begin to sink back into your body. Just notice what you notice. Perhaps you notice the sensation on the insides of your palms, the soles of your feet. You notice your own heart beating. And the noticing of your body sensations is indication that you are arriving, and give yourself that permission to arrive. Be here. And perhaps you may even take a hand over your heart. Just gently placing it on your chest. You might even lean into your chest as indication to yourself that you're here now. And honestly, there is nowhere more perfect that you can be. There is nowhere else that you need to be. Right here, there is nothing more perfect that you can be doing than to be here right now, getting ready to take your rest. And with your hand on your heart as indication that you're here now, that tonight, at least for the next 60 minutes, you'll allow yourself to be supported, to rest. Just do a quick body scan from your head down to your toes, getting a sense of where you're at, maybe checking in for the first time all day, maybe checking in for the first time all week as to how you're doing. All the way down to your toes. Do one more body scan. This time, noticing if you're carrying any tension within your body. As you find that those places of tension, just simply ask it to soften in your mind's eye. Sometimes, even the simple act of bringing attention to what's calling for it can alleviate the tension or any pain that you're feeling. To make sure we didn't miss any of those important spots, go through the places where we usually hold tension and just soften, softening the crown of your head, the sides of your temples, the space between your brows. Nice, your neck, your shoulders, and just watch your shoulders melt away from your ears on your next exhale. Noticing the sensation of your hands, your wrists being supported by your knees and your legs. Noticing how effortlessly your arms are as they are fully supported. And that as these arms are being supported, your shoulder can then relax even a little bit more. Soften your jaws, your hips, your inner leg line. You can see this mind body breath connection because as your body relaxes, so too does the mind. Find ease in that monkey mind. As the mind relaxes, you can also see it in your breath. That breath becoming a little longer, a little fuller, long, deep inhale through your nose, down the back of your throat, and into both lungs. And exhale, full exhale out through your nose, exhaling all of that stale air out. Nice. One more time, long, deep inhale through your nose, filling up your lungs, filling up your heart. And exhale out through your nose. And then for the final grounding, before we come into just a little bit of movement, let's do one releasing breath. A long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Okay, one more, one more. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And don't hold back, just sigh out through your mouth, letting go of any thoughts or experiences or interactions that you had throughout the day that feels heavy, that weighs you down, that does not serve you. 3 more breaths. And with this emerging sense of calm, this emerging sense of readiness for rest, let's move into our practice gently. Flutter your eyes open. And just simply bring, I can't resist, just a little bit of movement. Simply bring your hands out in front of you, your feet back behind you. Let's just get into a few cat-cows. Allowing any stuck energy, any restless energy to move through you. Inhale, tailbone to the sky and gaze up to the ceiling. And exhale, round your back. Press your hands into the ground. Really dome up that upper back area. Inhale, tailbone to the sky, gaze up to the ceiling. And exhale, round your back, dome up that back, moving a little slower than you want. And taking just a few breaths for movement, again, to channel through any stuckness, any restlessness that's coursing through you. And on that note, if you feel inclined to, as you feel inclined to, begin to come into a little bit of a free flow. So you may want to do some hip circles, some shoulder circles, maybe wag the tail from side to side, tuning into whatever feels good. The name of the game tonight is to do what feels good. 3 more breaths. Moving slower than you want. You stretch out an arm, stretch out a leg. And nice. Come back into your tabletop position. Let's set up our first posture. So we can take it several different ways. I'm going to start with the most restorative version. The most restorative version is to take your block, or if you have your books, place your block on the highest setting for the one that's going to go where your head's going to go. And for the second one, just place it on the lowest setting. You'll take your pillow, just place it right over top, creating kind of like a little bolster for yourself. Or even better yet, if you have a bolster, use it. If you're a little chilly, take your blanket. You want to feel as comfortable as possible. So the first variation is this, where you plant your head down on that block that's the highest, the pillow there to support you, and it feels basically like you're doing nothing. In fact, you're being totally supported in doing nothing, and that feels so good. And let me show you the second variation. Take your time as you play around with this. Don't even worry. We're going to have so much time. The second variation is to have both blocks kind of on the medium. We're going to come into heart bench as one of the options. So the block closest to the top of your mat will be behind your head, and the second block is going to be right underneath your armpit, opening up the heart space, placing your heart space right on that bottom block, and on the top block, the back of your head. And so as you may even see, you might not even have to experiment with this. This is totally opening up your heart a lot wider than the first variation had. We're going to be here for a few minutes. So depending on what you want, what you need, set yourself up. Take a few moments right now. I am definitely choosing the more restorative one. I need it tonight. Okay, and if you're feeling a little cool, a little chilly, you can always place the blanket right on top of you for support. If you've got a little bit of a flimsy pillow, you can always roll up your blanket and also place it where that pillow would go for some extra support. Okay, once you're ready, as you're ready, draw the soles of your feet together for a reclined butterfly. Your hands just land to either side of you, or they can be on your belly. If you have an eye mask, now's a good time to put it on. Settle in. Soften the insides of your leg line. The name of the game again tonight is to feel good. So if at any point this reclined butterfly is feeling like it's stretching out through your hips a little too much, draw your knees together. Or you can just extend them out in front of you, whatever is most comfortable. Count your breath. Inhale for 1. Exhale 2. Nice long breaths. Inhale for 3. Exhale 4. All the way up to 10. And once you reach that 10th breath, you can just settle back into regular breathing, or if you wish to do so, count it all the way from 1 again. Excuse me. Excuse me. Long deep breath. Noticing if there's any part of you that's gripping, unnecessarily gripping. Just simply soften. Allow yourself to be fully supported by your pillow, by your blocks. Soften your leg line. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Just rest. Sometimes when I explain this class to people who haven't taken it before, I just I say it lightly. I'm like, oh, we just kind of flip flop around. It makes it sound like we're doing nothing. And that's exactly the point. We are doing nothing. Such a profound thing that you can do for yourself, to rest, to just take pause. The world that we live in, like I was saying, more is more and the faster is better. Like as if we each carry around this glass of sand and water mixture. And when we're out in the external world and all these things are happening around us, best of times, a really crazy work day, and sometimes there's times like this where there's a global pandemic happening. It's like as if that sand and the water gets shaken up in that glass. It gets murky and everything's just blurry. You can't really see. And what we're used to, what we're accustomed to, is to stir it around a little bit, stir it even more, shake it even more in hopes that it'll settle in, settle down. to do more, to put out those fires. But how about if we do nothing? How about if we don't keep stirring or shaking up that last water and sand? What happens then? As Lao Tzu puts it, one of the great philosophers, the beauty or the purpose of the vase is in its emptiness. Without that empty space in a vase, it is not a vase. So too is you. The space that you give yourself. Space where clarity emerges. It's where you can come back to what you crave so much, which is this connection with yourself. Gently draw your knees back together. Use your hands to help them back together. Just roll off onto one side or the other, coming back onto your hands and your feet, moving slowly. Let it be lazy, let it be slow. Remove your blocks, but keep your pillow on the vertical along the side of your mat. And let's come into a supported pigeon. So take that right foot and place it right behind your left hand. Right foot behind your left hand. Left foot lengthens right out behind you. That pillow nice and snug to your body again. That pillow is a little flimsy. You need a little bit more height. Roll your blanket up to a nice little roll. I'm going to use it for this one. And if you need support, you can always place a block underneath that right hip. You know that you need your support if it feels like it's straining or it's pulling. And then just go ahead. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, fold forward. Placing maybe the left cheek on the mat. Again, you want this to feel good. So sink in, sink down. Noticing right away if there's any part of you that's gripping, especially that left glute, left leg, allow that to soften. If your arms feel like as if they're gripping, then perhaps you give it a little bit of height. Placing a block or a blanket underneath for support. Take a long deep inhale. And exhale. Soften into your pigeon. And if that monkey mind has caused you to drift away from where you are right now, just simply come back to breath. Breath will always anchor you. Inhale for 1. Exhale for 2. Inhale for 3. Long breaths. Exhale for 4. There's no rush at all. All the way up to 10. It's available for you to repeat as many times as you'd like. Gently inhale, rise all the way back up. Come back into your tabletop, maybe stretching out that right leg just a little bit. And let's switch to the other side. Left leg behind your right wrist. Left leg behind your right wrist. And lengthen that right leg out behind you. Inhale, sit tall. And exhale, fold forward. Maybe the right cheek on your little bolster pillow blanket setup. And sink in, sink down. Again, moving down your body from your head down to your toes, noticing if there's anything that you might be gripping onto, and just simply softening. And if it feels easy, if it feels like you're not feeling much of a stretch, yeah, let it be easy. Let it feel like that. We're doing the opposite of what we do every single day. Every single day, we power through. We do the daily grind. We activate this action energy. And that's all good. That's all great because you need to get things done. But it's not very often that we take our time to rest and to do a little bit of nothing. It's all about that harmony. It's all about that balance, which is why it's so important to take the time to do this. The magic happens in between the space of action. Take a long, deep inhale. And then exhale. And on your next inhale, come back up under the palm of your hands, coming back into a tabletop position. Again, maybe stretching out that left leg a little bit. And as you come back into tabletop position, I'm aligning my left hip so that you can see me, but you align your right hip. Align your right hip to your pillow, maybe your pillow blanket contraption, and just simply lie all the way down. Your knees are bent. Open up that left arm right wide out beside you. And that right arm can just stay down. A gentle twist. If you want more than this, perhaps you turn onto your right cheek. Your right cheek faces the left side of the room. More than this, perhaps you draw that right knee underneath the left foot, or more rather that left foot over top that right knee, deepening the twist. Only take what you need and then allow yourself to sink in. In the book of Yoga Nidra, Swami Satyananda Saraswati talks about rest. It's like page 1, he talks about rest. And he says, people feel that they are relaxing when they collapse in an easy chair with a cup of coffee, a drink, or a cigarette, read a newspaper, or switch on the television. But this will never suffice as a scientific definition of relaxation. These are only sensory diversions. For absolute relaxation, you must remain aware. So there's this art of relaxation, and that's something that we're not totally used to. We're used to passing out because we're so tired or zoning out on Netflix. But this, being right here as you are, this is the art of rest. And so take a check now, releasing any expectations you may have of where you need to be, what this should feel like. And just allow the simple navigation system of feeling good to direct you. Whatever feels good, whatever feels comfortable. Slowly on your next inhale, use your hands to rise all the way up. And just simply switch onto the other side. So left hip this time. Left hip against your pillow, blanket contraction. Just lower down, all the way down. That right arm, or that left arm out right beside you. Maybe you take that right foot, plant it over your, maybe you take that left foot and plant it over your left. Right. Left foot over right, sorry. If this restful awareness is not coming easy to you and your mind is insisting on running through those to-do lists, then always just come back. Inhaling for 1. Exhale for 2. Inhale 3. Exhale 4. All the way up to 10. Long breaths. On your next inhale, slowly, easily draw yourself up into a seated position. And just place the pillow aside. We don't need it anymore. Take your chair. We're going to need your chair now. Place your chair close enough to you so that you can easily place your feet up over top of it. So scooching your sit bones close enough to the chair so that when you place your legs up on the chair, they land at about 90 degrees. So instead of legs up the wall, we do legs up the chair. And oh my gosh, this one feels surprisingly good, surprisingly easy. So with your legs up on the chair, take your blanket, take your eye pillow, and get yourself as comfortable as possible. Maybe placing a blanket over top of you. Maybe creating a little bit of a cocoon, placing your arms underneath the blankets so that you're totally cocooned up, totally wrapped up, totally comfortable. If your sacrum seems to be a little bit sore from the floor underneath it, you can always place the blanket underneath your sacrum as well. Placing, if you wish, that pillow underneath your head for some extra support, extra comfort. The name of the game tonight is to feel good. Just for a moment, place your hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Just listen to the rhythm of your own breath. Feel the rhythm of your own breath. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. Place your second hand also over top of your heart. Maybe just as a mental head nod to yourself. Saying to yourself in your mind's eye, I got you. I'm here now. I got you. Allowing yourself full permission to just let go. Feel your legs being totally supported by the chair. Feel your sacrum all the way along your back up through to the nape of your neck being totally supported by the earth underneath you. Hands can land wherever they want to land, wherever they need to land. You can land wherever you want to land, wherever you need to land. As you take time to breathe these long, deep inhales and long, deep exhales. Soothe your nervous system. To reconnect back within. I know we're not quite in it yet, but Shavasana, when we get to it, it's corpse pose. Corpse pose essentially indicating that you're shutting out the outer world, letting it all go, but becoming alive to your own inner world, awakening to your own inner world. Back to your true essence, your true nature. Because sometimes we forget. We feel like we have to do everything. We feel like we have to keep shaking up that glass of water and that sand and pick out that sand by ourselves if we have to. But just as rivers effortlessly flow back home to the ocean, buds abundantly bloom into these beautiful flowers, we too are a part of nature. And that you're not breathing, you are being breathed into. That no matter what's happening, your life is unfolding as it needs to, as it should. So allow it to be easy. Take rest. And just watch now in your mind's eye what happens when you hold that glass of water and sand. Some glasses a little clearer than the others, some glasses a little more turbulent than others. Either way is okay. But watch your own glass as you find stillness and you watch as the sand naturally drifts to the bottom of the glass. Taking a long deep inhale, a long deep exhale. And before you make any movement, just notice where you are at right now. Noticing the beating of your own heart. The flow of your own breath. Noticing what it feels like to be here, nowhere but here. And moving slowly. Either just simply push the chair away with your feet, as I'm doing, or you can actually get up and move the chair away. You can keep the pillow behind your head, or if it's of better use underneath your knees for support of that low back, you can place it underneath your knees in support of that low back. Keep that blanket over top of you. And either way, arrive in Shavasana. Your legs straight out in front of you, hands down beside you, palms face the sky. Let your feet flop out to either which way. Hands settle in to your Shavasana with a deep releasing breath. Long, deep inhale through your nose. And exhale, sigh out through your mouth. Sink in, sink down. Continuing to let go of what doesn't serve. Using your breath and letting go with every exhale. You exhale, you sink in a little deeper. Exhale, you let go a little more. And then soften your whole body. The crown of your head, the space between your brows, your jaws, tongue away from the roof of your mouth, your neck, your shoulders, both arms relax. Sink in, sink down. All 10 fingers and even the insides of your palms. Nape of your neck all the way down to your sacrum, fully supported by the mat, and in turn the earth underneath you. Your chest, your ribs, your belly relaxes. Your hips, both legs, all the way down to the tips of your toes. And all 10 toes, even the inner and outer edges of your feet soften a little more. Almost like as if you're melting into the mat. You melt into the mat, you kind of drift and you float. And as you sink into the state of deep relaxation, bask in this. There's this sense of freedom, this sense of relief in knowing that there's no further expectations or anticipations from you, not from yourself or anyone else. And that there's nothing else that you need to do, nothing else that you need to try to be. This is perfect. Just you being, just you breathing is enough. It's more than enough. And so as you sink and you float, and you allow yourself the space, guide you through the energy points of your body. So all you need to do is pay awareness to the energy points of your body as I go through them. If there's a blockage that needs to be released, it'll happen on its own. Again, as the river flows into the ocean, we too are a part of nature. So simply bring your attention right hand thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right waist, right hip, thigh, right kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left thumb, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, palm of hand, back of hand, left wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, left waist, left hip, thigh, kneecap, calf muscle, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, right buttock, left buttock, the spine, the entire back, top of the head, forehead, both sides of the head, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, space between the brows, right eyelid, left eyelid, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, nose, tip of the nose, upper lip, lower lip, chin, throat, right chest, left chest, middle of the chest, navel, abdomen. The entire right leg, the entire left leg, both legs, the right arm, the entire left arm, both arms together, the entire back, buttock, spine, shoulder blades, entire front of the body, abdomen, chest, both the front and back together, the entire head, the entire body, noticing the entire body. Drawing yourself to the center of your heart, noticing the spaciousness in the center of your heart. There's a color that arises, a color that comes up. There's a feel, soft or cozy. Allow yourself to remain in the center of your heart, saying to it in your mind's eye, I'm here now. I'm here now. Allow yourself to rest in the center of your heart. This concludes our candlelight restorative yoga session together. I'm going to leave you in your shavasana exactly as you are. If you have time to stay here, please stay here for as long as you can. And if you need to get up and moving right away, do so slowly, moving slower than you want to. Okay. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for practicing with me tonight. I'm wishing you safety and wellness. Namaste.